Incredible dexterity plus 2 is 8 grand.
Okay, so that, and then he would like to bump his.
Are you taking requests?
Well, yeah, we're making a list of stuff that we want to do.
Okay.
Then I'd like to bring work my full plate up at least to a +4, if not a +5, and then
Okay, let's get very specific here. What are you bumping it up to?
We'll start with a +4.
Okay, and it's currently
+3.
So the delta is 7 grand, so 3,500.
Okay, and then the buckler to a +4.
So this is armor to +4, and this you're crafting yourself, so that will take 4 days. The dexterity belt will take 4 days, but it can be done in parallel to buy. And Renee then is going to bump his shield up from what to what?
+3 to +4.
Also takes 4 days. This is 4 days if you don't fast craft.
Okay, my bonus on armor smithing is +20.
Okay, so the DC of a is 12, so 5 plus 12 is 17. Fast crafting would be DC 22.
I think we have people who can. I can get I'll fast craft everything, and I haven't actually done my skill points in 2 levels, so my bonus is 22. my bonus will be around there. I'll put at least 1 point in it, but yeah.
I see. You should level your fucking characters.
I'm working on it.
All right, so yeah, you can get that done in a 4-day chunk. You still have a day. You have a day remaining, and you've spent 15,000 gold pieces.
Okay. How many heads are in that group?
8,
1, 2, 3. I'm just trying to gauge.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, including Murgavane's cohort.
Okay.
Not including Sparky and Maffei.
Yep.
Now Maffei can wear armor. It just has to be Ghost Touch.
That's interesting.
Because she has on her the bracers of armor plus 2 Ghost Touch.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to, what happened so far? They've recruited Phineas. They, being the Doomsday and Circus folks, have recruited Phineas into joining Arlen's quest. Phineas found out about the Doomsday clock and kind of freaked out a little bit. He basically is going. They agreed that both artifacts, the Doomsday clock and the Cradle of Shadows, Phineas will be allowed to study before you guys do anything with them. And he will be traveling with Radamer, who is having a crisis of faith because he heard strange things in the afterlife when he was dead. He thinks that his goddess is dying, or will die. And he's looking forward to seeking the solace of the silence of the grave. You don't know what that means, but he wants to go back home and confer and commune with his grandparents. And then a lot of magic items. Remember all the treasure they got from the tomb of the Iron Medusa, as well as the crypt of Du Caramel, and they've finished divvying up all that stuff. Yeah, it is part of the game. And now they are trying to figure out how to spend their money. About 190,000 gold pieces the Doomsday guys have, and about 40,000 gold pieces the Circus of Dread has. After we do this divvying and planning, there will likely be some bouncing around, as Arlen has some stuff that he wants to do before they begin their reverse travels of the Road of Sorrow.
So the verdant gloves of the archer have been put back in the pile.
Okay.
There's a +2 dex bonus in the hand slot.
You put them back in somewhere?
I put them in the doom.
Okay.
The doom pile.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Zyra. That's Renee's basically busy that week, right? That's
Yep.
That's full slot. Okay.
He has 1 more day.
He's one more day. Just checking to see. Wait a sec. I think I made a boo-boo?
What?
I'm having a stupid. Okay. Zyra is also an archer, so I might put those gloves on her.
Cool.
And which is not a big deal. The other thing is she doesn't have a buckler. I don't know why. Did I forget? Am I a dum-dum? I might be a dum-dum.
Just make one for her.
Yeah. Wow. We gave the reason why I'm saying I'm a dum-dum is we gave one to Phineas.
Who doesn't really need it?
Who doesn't really need it?
You can take it back.
Pull it off. Finish it into Zero, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that for you.
Okay, cool.
So Phineas.
Phineas says, "Yes, well, if we're attacking shadows, I'll need a shield spell anyways."
I have those as well.
Gear. Imaginary gear for imaginary people brings real joy. Yes, it does, Mark. Yes, it does. It is a fun part of the game, conjiggering around your gear and spending your hard-earned money on gear and then being poor again. And wow, we're rich. 3 hours later, wow, we're poor.
So we're gonna charge the Staff of Souls, which doesn't really take any actions, but
okay.
It's on Zero.
It's now charged.
Yeah. Yeah. Over the 5 days, you could put 5 charges into the staff.
Yeah.
The Staff of Souls.
There is something I want. Cade wants.
Okay, so we just finished Renee. Go ahead if we want to jump into Cade.
Go to Cade.
It's just one thing, yeah. The only thing that Cade wants is he wants to put Agile on one of his items that allows him to use Agile.
Does he have Weapon Finesse?
Yeah.
Okay, and what item are you putting Agile?
Yes, he does.
What weapon are you putting Agile into?
Now, can I put it on my amulet? So
yes, it is. It is expensive to do, but yes, Agile can be placed on an amulet.
The other thing is he could. So right now the amulet does +1 fiery. Could he get a brass knuckles, like just one brass knuckle, put finesse and agile into it, and would that be cheaper?
Then you'd be attacking always with the brass knuckle. Yeah, like it wouldn't apply to all of your monk attacks then.
So it would be better for. I don't know how expensive it is.
Yeah, let's figure that out. So let's go to Cade.
What's your Amulet of Mighty Fist currently?
+1 is, so primary is an Amulet of Mighty Fist +1 fiery. Secondary is an unarmed natural attacks treated as adamantine.
Oh, it's just you're adding it to the primary.
Okay, so you're going from a +2 Amulet of Mighty Fist to a +3 Amulet of Mighty Fists.
Yep.
Which is 36,000 to 64,000. So 18,000.
18,000 and 18 days. Give me a second. The caster level for a +4, it's still only a +1. Let me look at Agile.
It's +1.
No, I'm looking at the properties.
So for the Amulet of Mighty Fists, it is 3 times the bonus of the amulet. So it would be at least a 9 unless Agile is higher. Agile
is a +1 bonus, and it is caster level 7. You could get someone to fast craft this. It will be so the delta, just if they crafted it normally, is 18 grand. If you ask someone to fast craft this to bring the 18 days into 9-day period, they're going to ask for 2 extra 1,000 gold pieces. So this is a 20,000 gold piece.
That's
purchase.
fine.
But that's going where?
On your amulet will be now a +1 agile, fiery amulet.
Okie dokie. Sold. say when, and I'll add that to the sheet.
Okay. So Cade, your agile amulet will be done in 2 weeks. Yeah, don't subtract any money yet. I'll subtract the whole lot of it at the end.
Yep.
Question: if Cade now gets like frost knuckles, and he uses his knuckles, would it be +1, and then fiery,
No.
and then agile, and then
No.
frost?
No, you'd use the property of the weapon you're using.
Okay, it would have to be the specific weapon. Okay, cool, got it. Thank you.
Yep. Now, the jump between a +4 and a +5 amulet is,
It gets bigger.
36,000 gold pieces. Right. Okay, add agile to amulet. That is a good purchase for Cade. And that's basically Cade spending a bunch of money. Anything else for Cade?
He's good.
Okay, let's jump to the other Doomsday folks.
Massive damage bonus for him.
Zita and Zyra. Zita will wait for Mark to say what he's doing.
Yep.
Murgavane probably needs some upgrades.
I know what Grizak wants.
Probably need some gear. Yeah.
Grizak, all the Grizak wants is rods of Empower. Is it Empower? The ones that give you 1.5?
Yep.
Yeah, he wants like because he gave his to Zita's, so he wants a 1 to 3 and 1 to 6. So I can cast 6 levels or go 6 levels.
So you want 2 separate rods of meta magic Empower.
Like a lesser and a
Lesser and a
regular?
and a regular, yeah.
Okay, so a lesser costs 9 grand. Those can be bought. The Empower meta magic rod is 32,500. That would require 30 days on the market to search for. Unless I roll under, or unless you roll under 8% on a percentile.
Are we gonna spend that much?
Let's see if there's one available on the market. Otherwise,
we have to worry about the decision.
Well, I did.
Okay,
but
so
I'm
there's not one that you
gonna
could just
scale.
go and buy, and it takes 1 day to buy. You have to scour for this thing, and it'll take 30 days to go and find.
So he'd better off just buying.
Now they will look for you. It's not Grizak 30 time. It's Terraslene wizards looking for it. Are you putting in an order?
If there is, after everyone's done, if there's money left over,
Okay.
because that does give him another like 20 or 30 damage on one spell.
Okay, and then you were able to find 2 lesser meta magic Empower rods on
I think
sale.
we need to buy those just straight
Okay. For 18k. Cool. Hey, money goes quick. It goes quick.
Quiver of rods.
My quiver is like, oh, this one's done. He just tosses it on the ground. They regenerated them. Pick them up later. Sparky, pick up my sticks. Okay, we've got some really good recommendations for things that Murgavane should buy. Murgavane bloodthirsty armor and put courageous on his weapon. Interesting. I don't know what the fuck I was going to do. Leave it to Foxfire to find the best things that we've never looked at before. Courageous.
I'm looking at bloodthirsty.
Okay.
Only light or medium can be enchanted with bloodthirsty. Jagged designs. Bolsters their confidence.
Ooh. A courageous weapon fortifies the wielder's courage in battle. Wielder gains a morale bonus on saving throw against fear equal to the weapon's enhancement. In addition, any morale bonus the wielder gains from any other source is increased by half the weapon's enhancement.
So Bard Song becomes, or specifically Heroism and Good Hope become amazing.
It's weird that it's all morale, though.
Bloodthirsty armor promotes wanton bloodshed as its enhancement bonus to AC increases by 1 for 1 round after its wearer deals damage with a natural attack or melee weapon.
That's a
You
lot
have
of nugs. I murdered 80 McNuggets at one. That's a lot of McNuggets.
I know how you feel, dude. I know how you feel.
You're gonna be sweating McNugget later.
Sneeze over here.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever eaten 80. I think I've eaten like 20 and kind of felt sick afterwards.
I've seen you kill 20.
You know, 80 is a bit much for me. Whew.
I've seen. So 80 is.
Put a large pizza in front of me, though. However, gone.
So 80 McNuggets is the minimum I should be eating daily if all I ate was McNuggets. My whole day of like eating huge amounts.
Yes.
All the McNuggets.
All of them.
I believe the rage and a morale bonus. Oh, is rage morale bonus? Wait a sec. Are you saying that it will add? Oh, that's fucking stupid. Here, give me a second. Courageous. It was courageous on the weapon.
Morale. Yeah, this is where it gets weird. So the wielder gains morale bonus on saving throw versus fear, equal to the weapon's enhancement bonus. In addition, any morale bonus the wielder gains from any other source is increased by half the weapon's enhancement bonus.
So that's basically going a +5 weapon is adding a +2 to your rage strength and your rage con.
That's good.
Oh, it's not morale bonus to fear. Any morale bonus. Oh, fuck, that's awesome.
That's pretty fucking amazing.
And then Bard songs would just like, yeah, whatever, you know, like.
Bard song's competence is not morale.
Oh, the fear part of Bard song is.
The fear part, yeah, but so you use your heroism and good hope. It's a plus, like. For a barbarian, this would be a +1 to hit and damage, as well as another +2, like a total of +3 to hit and damage. For a raging barbarian with a good hope.
And then you put Furious on it, and the weapon's enhancement bonus is 2 better than normal when you are raging.
There you go. That can get you a +3.
Okay, let's look at Murgovan's weapons. First, does he have the right weapon? Yes, he's got his +2 Furious Greatsword, which is a +3 market weapon.
Which is a +4 weapon when raging.
Yeah.
Which is what you want for this.
If we stuck Courageous into this, the money, this would be Furious is +1, so the delta is 14 grand. So for 14 grand, he could have a Courageous put into that.
Fastcraft.
Is that worth it?
For 14 grand? Yeah.
Fastcraft.
Unless he's got something else that he's like missing. I think we found all of his stuff in the.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. No, I think it's a great buy.
Okay. He's now got a +2 Courageous, Furious Greatsword, 14 grand. That could be reduced to 2 weeks. So Murgovane for 16 grand can have his sword upgrade in 2 weeks.
All right.
Good find, Fox. Good find.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good.
Mark will be pleased.
Obadiah.
So this is 16k
Wait, does it-
upgrade to sword. I don't know why this is. All right, and then something about his armor. What was the?
It was called Bloodthirsty, and it's another thing that does rage stuff. So Bloodthirsty armor promotes wanton bloodshed. Its enhancement bonus to AC increases by 1 for 1 round after its wearer deals damage with a natural attack or melee weapon. If the wearer of the suit of bloodthirsty armor is raging, the armor's enhanced bonus increases by 3 instead. So it's a +2. It's a +2 mod on the armor. Like I don't know if this one's really worth it. It's a +2 bonus on the armor that gives you an additional 1 AC after you hit. So you only do this after you get +5. Right? When you have a +5 armor, you do this to make it +7 armor.
Doesn't sound like it's worth it with all the spells and stuff going on.
No, the enhancement bonus is different than the market bonus.
Well, this is one.
Yeah.
It'll get you a higher AC.
Yeah.
You just it needs to be +5 armor before
Okay.
this one is.
I think we can leave that. Does he have all of the ability boosting things that he needs?
Let's see.
Yeah, who doesn't have all their bonuses?
Murgovane does have a headband of charisma +2. Okay, he is a blood rager, so
He's got
charisma.
a bonus to strength. He's got a bonus to con. We've got a bunch of people with +3 resistance items, which that's where Adam would be dumping money if he was the king of the known universe.
+3 is good enough.
Says the DM.
What a dick!
When Adam's the emperor of the known universe, everybody's got a +5 resistance item before they have +3 weapons.
I think it's a good idea. If let's just look at what people need first. If we have extra cash, like that item for Grizak, it's a lot of money. I don't think it's.
You know what? Having one weapon
You should have a second weapon.
is really dumb. Do you want to spend $8 grand on him just having a backup +2 greatsword,
He wants a great
or
sword.
should we take something from the?
Don't we have great swords?
Let's see what we have. I think we might have one somewhere in one of those
I'm
piles.
certain we have great swords.
Giant's Weave. It's a +3 mighty
Dax.
cleaving
He
falcata.
does have weapon focused greatsword, so he's a little
Okay.
a little bit.
He wants great
inclined,
swords.
Yeah.
Long swords. Long sword.
A +1 greatsword. All right, I will add.
Knock knock is hilarious. You should have knock knock. The +1 furious light hammer. It's like a throwing weapon. Like light hammers are ranged weapons.
Just put returning on that puppy.
All right, he subtracted 2.3k to get a +1
Yeah,
greatsword.
to give him
as
a backup sword. Yeah.
All right, Zyra, what's she missing? What's she need to spend on?
So Zyra could use see.
So far, you guys have spent 71,000 gold pieces.
Yeah. So she wouldn't mind her resistance item being upgraded. She'd like Renee to magic up that buckler.
Okay, so first step, resistant item is what?
Her resistance item is a +3.
Cloak of Resistance.
Resistance. Vive la resistance.
A +3 to +4 delta is not doing it yourself is 7 grand.
Okay, that's okay. All right. And then her charisma item is in good shape. She'll get Renee to do the buckler for next week. The bracers of armor going past +4 is how expensive? It's the same table as the it's like +5, so it's 16,000 to 25,000, so it's 9,000. I don't think that's worth it. She's getting aced anyway. We'll use the buckler instead. And then for her, I guess it would be like, wait a sec. Let me check our scrolls and magics for keeping people from being dead. Because don't be dead. We have scroll restoration, sending. We've got demons, remove curse. All right. We could use. Does Grizak have sending?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right.
Just in the middle of stuff.
Okay. We could use a couple of scrolls of sending.
Okay. You can purchase those.
Okay. And
Scroll. Scroll is sending. Sending's 5th level spell. Okay.
it's we would like divine sending, which I think is 5th, or is it 4th? I think it's 4th one is divine.
Okay. You're asking about Grizak sending. No, that doesn't. Clerics don't have that.
Clerics have sending.
No.
Sending's a 4th circle cleric spell.
Sorry. Fuck, I mean druids. Sorry.
Okay.
Druids don't have that. Druids don't have that shit.
I agree with you. now I agree.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. And then she'll she came in with better gear than the other guys did. Like she
Came in later. Yeah.
She came in later. So I'd be like.
Okay. Add 2 scrolls of sending. Caster level 7.
Okay.
Onto your sheet. Grizak, add the meta magic rods. Murgovane's sword has already been upgraded. Add the agile decade's amulet.
Rods?
Yep.
Okay.
The resistant item up to +4. Renee's improvements are done. You guys have spent almost 80 grand.
I'll take that.
Mark hasn't spent any money yet, Ahmed.
Murgovane has.
Oh, yeah.
Zita has not.
Yeah.
And then Doomsday.
Good.
Zero, Renee, Grizak. What is Grizak already bought some stuff?
Grizak got the 2 rods.
Yep. Are you
we
spending
have a
any money on widget?
Widgets, yeah.
Okay, first, I think we didn't finish Zyra. So Zyra's upgrade to her armor.
So Zyra would, if we have a belt of con, Zyra wouldn't mind that. Or if we could buy one.
Yeah, a belt of con is 8 grand.
Okay. And then taking that buckler from a +1 to a +3, I think, would be a practical limit, or plus, no, maybe go to the +4. I don't know how much. It's going to be. Sorry, I can do this. 16,000 minus 1,000 is 15,000. Divided by 2 is 7,500.
Fast craft would take you 3 days, so he could do that in 1 week.
Okay, so we'll do that. So he'll have his and hers matching bucklers.
What a romantic. So
okay.
Shield upgrade.
Yeah, there we go. Feeling a little bit tougher. The con of ages.
Okay, the 95,200 has been spent. And that's 2 weeks of crafting for Renee.
Does power attack apply with agile?
Yeah. Unless it says something specifically about power attack.
Yeah, you can power attack while finessing.
Yeah, that's why you want your monks to have a 13 strength so you can power attack.
It's not +3.
Okay. Is Group Alpha going to spend any money on Widget, who is probably the weakest link in this group? So what, the 7th level
Widget
character traveling with the 12th level dudes?
Hit dice behind.
Right.
And he's one of those randomly rolled characters, so some of those stats aren't right what you think they'd be. So Widget's got +2 bracers of armor, a +3 resistance item. He's actually got a handsome bonus to all of his ability scores already.
Widgie.
He has a ring of protection and which is a ring of invisibility, which is fucking awesome. Although only him and Zyra could use it without going insane. So, and then a bunch of shadow artifacts in his pocket.
He could spend the time learning new spells.
You could learn some new spells. Boots of Striding and Springing. Let's put a pair on Widget. I know we had one. Let's put a second one just so that we don't have the stupid.
Okay, I think they're
cheap.
Okay.
Well,
What is Widget's weakness right now? What would take
movement.
him out of the fight real quick?
5,500. Yeah, you could buy a pair of boots.
Okay.
Widget got a new pair of boots.
Does he have a con item?
He does.
Winner, McNugget dinner. All right.
And Widget could probably.
Get him a rod if he's blasting.
He doesn't blast.
Then get him a lesser metamagic rod.
He's got Shadow Conjuration, Phantasmal Killer, Invisibility, Haste. He's mostly like a buffing and control guy, and he hits hard enough to protect wizards that are like 8th level. Not wizards who are 12th level. Zita will punch harder as bonus hard. Actually, no, he'll punch harder than Zita, but he's mostly trying not to get AoE'd to death.
Are you guys going to get the spell that protects your soul? What spell is that?
There's an item that does it.
Cade power attacking, it's +13. Damage.
Nobody cares.
So beautiful.
No one cares.
13's
It's just
not a very big
numbers.
No, but when you're hitting 6 times.
Oh yeah, okay, that's true.
But then say Cade hits 6 times. Like that's the part that's the number that's actually like impressive.
Shut up.
But you.
No, it's impressive, but it's not. Anyways.
I'm excited. Went from
No, I'm happy you're excited.
Don't let me break it.
Yeah.
Good.
It's good. No, I don't think I could at this point. What the reaction you're getting from Marty is there's a weekly email asking about Cade's feats. I'm like, Mohammed is very enthused with this character. Can this feat work with that feat? Does that work? Can I take this? It's awesome. Sure. You are enthused.
The answer is always sure.
No, I look at them. I look at everything that he sends me.
All right.
It was
Widget
Sid's feats.
Really
recently.
utilitarian. Like
Okay.
he's basically like the NPC escort guy, almost. He does do buffs and stuff, so he's a buffer. He maybe learned some spells or maybe a wand or something.
Okay, so I'm going to put down Widget. Put down $2,000 worth of spells.
Okay.
I'll make it $4,000 worth of spells.
Cool. So, and then I'll figure that out offline.
Yep.
And I'm assuming scrolls and those sorts of things would all sort of be in that same bucket.
Yep.
Cool. make certain I know all the things to be useful all the time.
104,000 spent.
Okay. We've got rope tricks. Do they have a meta magic? Do they have a tuning fork here to the material?
A rod to the prime material plane? Sure, I will tick off 2 grand for that.
Arlen also wants one.
Okay, we'll get to their spending in a minute.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Does Arlen have plane shift?
Yeah, cleric. I've had it for a couple levels now.
Sorry, I thought you were an oracle.
Yeah.
I thought you were an oracle sorcerer, but no, you're not as cheesy as that company.
Okay, so I'm going to subtract the art and jewelry. Burp. Wealth spent. So it sounds like we're reaching the end, minus whatever Zita wanted to buy.
Actually, Widget's going to upgrade his. He has some money of his own as well.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to upgrade his whirligig. So he'll craft up his whirligig.
Okay.
To a +3.
And he can buy it on his own?
He's got the money. He didn't spend his last treasure pile he got from the splitting.
Got it. Or some of that Damien's wealth.
Nope, that all got returned to Damien. Or that was all used to pay for the things that we bought outside.
Damien's got his. Damien got 2 plus something weapons. It's 2 or +3 weapons.
I don't know if Damien was. Mostly it was like an expensive lawyer. That was what his services were. Otherwise known as a lawyer.
Okay, you guys still have about 80, 90 grand left.
Okay.
The Doomsday characters. I don't know if they share this wealth with the other party or if they're going to sit on it. And some of this will be spent by Zita. It looks like you guys are spending about 20k apiece.
Yep.
Is kind of what you're on.
Let's assume there's 20k spent by Zita.
Yep.
So
all right. Square with Damien. Cool. Hey, Mark.
So let's start.
Hey, Mark's here. Is Zita buying anything?
Yeah, think about that. Does you want to get Zita anything?
She's got a +2 resistance item that could be bumped. Upgrade her charisma item if possible.
Oh, maybe you can upgrade Grizzak's wisdom item.
She has a charisma +4 item already.
So I think bumping her resistance item is an amazing idea.
A +4 to +6 I think is prohibitively expensive and time consuming. Give me a second.
Time consuming.
Grizzak is a +2. It's 8 and 16, isn't it?
No.
8k and then 16k?
No.
It's double in Marty Land.
Because
I know, but the base buy is 8 and... Or is it... Oh, fuck, I can't remember. I'm like a fucking save. Let me look this shit up.
I want to say it's 32k, so... Or is it 64k?
I think it's 64.
Yeah.
For a plus...
I'm looking at
6.
it now. A +6 is 72,000. Minus the 32,000 from the +4.
30 is, shit, 40. Craft it. 20.
It's still a month.
I remember this problem in past campaigns where, like, you need a really big downtime to do that.
Yeah.
Wish spells.
Yep.
So the resistance. I think what we should do is the rule. This is very much an Adam rule. You must be at least this tall to ride the ride, and this tall means a +4 resistance item.
All right, so you're upgrading her vest of resistance from +2 to 4.
Everyone's. Like, the rest of this money goes towards +4 resistance items. You're not allowed to ride the ride.
Okay, you're kind of making the same group of crafters do the same task. So let me do this may add a week to your time.
What's the cost of a +4?
+4 is 16. 2 to 16 is 12. So can she craft?
I know. I'm saying because I've got characters that only have +2s. I'm sure a bunch of other people do as well. If they're relatively cheap, let's go from 2 to 4s.
Okay, so Zita is going resist 4.
I'm assuming we're talking the Doomsday guys, right?
Yep.
Doomsday, yeah.
For 12k. Done. Oh, and I already figured this one out. New total. Okay. Who else is getting the resistance item upgrade?
Renee would like to get 2. Oh no, Renee's is already +4. He's tall enough to ride the ride. Zyra is tall enough to ride the ride.
Cade, what's your resistance item?
Cade's item is +3, I believe.
Okay.
No, it's +2.
Okay, so Cade's...
You're not tall enough to ride the ride.
Cade's now +4. That's another 12 grand. Murgo Vein? Murgo Vein?
Murgo Veins is a +3.
Okay, so that is 7 grand.
Okay.
Go ahead and upgrade that. Grizak?
Grizak's got a he's got a complicated one. The Blue Word Cloak of resistance +3, electric resistance 10, and constant endure elements. Okay,
so those other things are the secondary powers. So it's
those are all cheaper.
It's all the primary power that gets upgraded. So it's a +3 to +4. Increase it to +4. Cost 7 grand.
Okay, I was telling you that I didn't know if it will increase the cost.
Zyra is good.
Zyra's good. Yeah, that's what
Widget. They're like, no, you're not tall enough.
What do you, come on, man. Widget is got a +3.
Okay, that's now +4. And that you guys spent 45 grand on upgrading your resistance
being
items.
tall enough to ride the ride, and then 20 grand actually, and then a little bit for Zyra or Zita to buy some stuff, and then let's just check to see if hey guys, remember when we bought that Staff of Life that we had for one session?
Okay, so 45 grand gets rid of all of your assorted rings, bracelets, amulets, and jewelry. Remember all those curses from breaking into those hundreds of graves?
Paid off.
For +4 resistance items, Renee would go through a million curses again.
Who wanted that Pearl of Power 4? Because Grizak already had one.
You have 2 now.
Done.
Like...
I got more stuff to blow up.
Now that you have 2 Pearls of Power, spells 4th circle and below, you don't need to prep the same one 8 times. You could prep it 5 times and prep something else in the other slots.
Protection from energies. Airwalk. No, not fuck airwalks.
I
have the spell, no idea what it does.
Okay, that leaves your group with about 47,000 left.
Okay, give me a second.
You have to spend it, but
no, I don't think we. I think we might want to keep some, like, for in case of emergency. Like we have a bunch of rapid moving spells, so in case we have a thing that we need to do.
okay.
Although do you have a scroll of heal? There, Grizak.
Heal? No.
Okay, 2 scrolls of heal, please.
No, I have. Sorry, hold on. 1 scroll of heal.
Okay, 1 scroll of heal, 1 scroll of harm, please.
Okay. At minimum level, which is 11th level, that's 3,300.
Okay.
Just go ahead and add those to your sheets.
Done.
The harm is, I'm guessing, for Renee.
Yep. Or if it's a really bad day.
Okay, you guys are exchanging a lot of money, dealing with a lot of merchants in Terraslene. You've spent a king or dragon's ransom in coin. You're dealing with crafters, merchants, probably guards as you're marching around exchanging wealth. This does eat up 3 weeks of time for the Doomsday heroes, which I'm going to just basically.
Can Grizak still get a fight in? Or not?
No, you guys are dealing with a crazy amount of wealth.
You have to test every rod personally.
So that's
You touched every rod in the kingdom.
Murgavane, Zyra, Zita, Cade, Renee, and Widget. That basically are
Busy.
Yep. Widget could use those part of that time, however, to pen spells.
Yep.
5 days of 4 hours in the evening times 3, so 15. You've got fucking math.
Some spell circles that you can
So 15 days at 4 hours in the evening. You've got 60 hours, and you probably only spent half the time dealing with the money, so 7.5 times 8. That's about another 60 hours. You've got 120 hours you could use to learn spells and pen them, assuming you've got enough juice to do it. Why does Grizak want to fight? Oh, because he's a gladiator? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. You could arrange fights, just you're not fighting during that time.
Okay.
Now let's go to Ugg, Sam, and Arlen for a second. Let's plan out.
These guys we need to fight. We can't keep buying stuff. We have to. We're very close. Because we need to rest between fights, and there's only 12 weeks left.
Yeah, Ugg, Sam, Grizak, Vlauvang, and Barak Tarn. Barak Tarn will be the only one that has finished his fights as of the third fight in the tournament.
Yes.
Vlauvang still needs to be registered, and Grizak, Ugg, and Sam need some fights. Okay, so Arlen, you're going to arrange fights.
Yes, for those four. Get Vlauvang registered and get 4 fights going.
Okay, subtract one talent to get Vlauvang registered, as well as ranked.
Okay, I'm doing that off the.
Now Vlauvang is a.
Okay, I'm having a
god
problem.
tier. He's really
No, that's good now.
tough for their champion.
He's pretty good. Arlen's gonna take 15 talents from.
Vlauvang's a 9th level weird fighter, Gestalt with good ability scores. He gets ranked as a heroic gladiator.
Registration out 1 talent.
It kind of feels like Widget's got a red shirt on when he's going out on this adventure. What's your name again?
Who's that guy? Oh, he's not. He's not.
You can do it. You can do it. Don't die.
What was that movie? Out of the one with the Tim Allen, where they're like, the guy who doesn't have a name, he's worried because he doesn't have a name.
Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, he's like, oh shit, I don't have a name. I'm gonna die.
Okay, so that takes up 1 week of Vlauvang's turn, basically, to get registered and get ready for that. They do that they do. They have these facilities in Citadel by the Lake.
Right.
So also on this week, then Arlen had spent some time going back to Vaddapol for Perictarn's second fight, and we kind of played through that already. So we're now into the next week. Let's just finish this out for everyone else. Radamer has finished training. Callie's in her endless training. And then Undwin is actually not at the tower. He's at Citadel by the Lake. And Arlen's caravan, the actual circus, has arrived in the Citadel.
Okay.
They traveled all the way from Fallenstone to the Citadel. They did it slowly, but they're Arlen's people have arrived.
Yeah, I want to visit them if that's possible.
Yeah. Let's. But we need to finish out a couple of things. So Undwin is now basically at the Citadel, getting settled in. Godiva is now at the Citadel, getting settled in. And we need to roll the random event chance, which is 60% for the Circus of Dread.
Go ahead, Adam. Soul Vault. Ooh, cool. Soul Vault.
There is a random event. It could be presents. It could be other things.
Poopy presents?
Presents.
Cursed treasures?
Reverse peasants.
That
Inside out peasants.
Learned. That spell can be learned, huh? Yeah, Arlen might just learn that spell. Train. It's a third cleric. Oh, fourth druid. Damn, that's actually pretty useful.
Random events. Gladiator stable events. Give me a percentile for how good or bad this thing is.
Go ahead, Adam. Roll this.
24.
That is bad.
Yeah.
Yay. Not me, I hope.
24 is unfavorable event. And how big is the unfavorable event? Give me a percentile.
835. I'll try again. 45.
It affects the entire stable.
Bad pinto dip.
You lose all your gear. All right, give me a. I'll just see which table it's on, and then what area does it affect. It's an unfavorable event for matches and fights.
It appears that we are going to be up Schitt's Creek. We're going to be in like the hobo circle of doom or something, punching each other. I'm pretty certain we chalk this up to Arlen's leadership.
Always, right?
And just, I'm going to copy pasta. I'm going to single stroke the 9 matches and fights. So
this is the one time that's the worst. Usually that doesn't matter.
the commissioner's a peen. Before you schedule any fights outside of Vaddapol, the commissioner has sent Arlen a letter or a missive saying that he wants to talk to Arlen about his about the lack of fights that his gladiators have been having up in Citadel by the Lake.
Mm-hmm. Which commit the
Chains.
Chain.
Cheney McDevilson.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. I'll go with my entourage. Hell, like hell, I'm going alone.
Yeah, basically you have one gladiator who had only one of your 5 gladiators are fighting, and once he heard like something like that doesn't seem right. You've spent half the season. You're supposed to be a traveling ludus, and you haven't had a single fight. So, the commissioner is requesting that you come see him before arranging any of your fights.
Okay, so
Now
we'll
you
have
could
to
now
prioritize that.
you could try to just arrange fights anyways and hope for the best. Or are you gonna go see the commissioner?
You can see how well not following the rules went last session.
We're gonna pay him a visit.
Got it.
Are we gonna pay him a visit, or are we gonna visit him?
Visit him.
And Widget, you've trained for your level or no?
I think I leveled my dude. But I remember, like, when I did it before, it was like, you didn't get to, and I was like, oh shit.
Okay, so take out 60 hours, and we're gonna put training beside Widget.
Okay.
And then I will subtract the training costs from.
What's the costume there?
Let me have a look here. Stream
0.9,
game.
right?
Training rules.
Pretty sure.
700 gold pieces.
Oh.
1,400 if you want to take 5 days. So I will subtract 1,400, I guess, because he's the sidekick of the Doomsday characters. I'm guessing.
Is this coming off the Doomsday?
Yeah, Doomsday will pay for it. 1,400.
Much appreciated.
They currently have the better job. Take up the part.
Yeah, they're like, the little guy. We want him to survive. Look at little sidekick. Look, he's moving real fast with his boots. He's so cute.
He's got a little circle at the stick. A little circle at the stick.
Okay, Arlen. That is the end of that particular week for the Circus and the Doomsday characters, which are kind of intertwined. 20% chance for next time. Now we need to plan out the remainder of the turn. So, Arlen wants to Radamer wants to do what?
There's a couple of things that Arlen wants to do, and it actually might interact with. One of them is interacting with Radamer.
Your followers, Radamer.
Yeah.
Okay. What does Arlen want to do? How is Arlen leading? This is Barrack Tarn. We've already fast forwarded. This was in between 2 of Barrack Tarn's fights. What is Arlen doing?
Okay. I need to visit the commissioner and set up my fights.
Okay.
So visiting the commissioner has to be in there.
Okay. And that's probably your diplomacy for the week, right? You're trying to make things better between you and the commissioner.
Yep.
Okay. Sam, what are you guys doing this week?
Can they set up their own fights?
You are their Lannister. There are things that need to be signed.
Sam is going to try to help train Callie.
Okay. This is also the time when you guys could spend your wealth in preparation for going onto the road.
Get them to buy shit.
The Dread does not. The Circus of Dread does not have as much money available. Without selling any items, you guys have Edward's purse. That's significant. 80,000.
We need to take 15 grand. Arlen needs to take 15 grand and give it to the guy he bought the rug from.
That's how much you owed him?
That's 15 grand
Okay,
left.
so I'm going to take 15 grand out of Edward's purse.
Good job, Edward.
Thanks, Edward.
Yep.
Don't worry, Edward's seething in anger and hatred right
Oh,
now.
he's gonna come murder you, Arlen, and we're gonna say, "Oh, what happened to my money?" And we'll say, he bought a carpet with it." Arlen did it. He bought a carpet.
Good times. That is good times.
Okay. What are you doing with the rest of your money and time? Are there any similar upgrades you want to do? A little more judiciously, I guess, or.
I think Ugg needs stuff.
Yeah, Ugg hasn't been getting much stuff at this point. So Sam is okay. Grizak is
And
not.
you need to answer the question about Godiva.
Oh, is Godiva going to be fighting?
Well, is Godiva coming with us?
Godiva is if she's a Tempe, so she doesn't need to fight. Although you do have her in a death match. Having her in a death match means you need to bring down one of your gladiators for a 3-day chunk or a 3-week chunk to move them around. So
you're gonna want to get that in there quick, because 3 weeks of not fighting with half the season gone. You got like a logic puzzle, Ahmed.
Yes,
So-
I know, and I haven't been able to do anything about that. There's nothing I could have done about this.
Well, there's always something. I was going to be a dick.
Be a dick and tell the Imperium to go fuck themselves.
Sure.
yeah, you could go join Gracchus.
I teleport beside him, flying carpet. Hey, what's up? where are we going?
Fucking Gracchus and Arlen adventure.
I think Gracchus has a future. When you need really, really dirty work done, he's the really dirty mercenary at this point.
He just goes sits in some far off, but just inside of teleport range bar.
Yep.
We need to pin this on somebody. Oh, just Gracchus the murder bug knight or the beetle knight.
Here's 10 grand. Slaughter this. Just murder everyone. There you go.
Okay, so Arlen wants to teleport back to talk to the commissioner. You want to talk to your followers and Radamer. Ugg and Sam are doing some shopping. It sounds like.
We'll help facilitate selling.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you're selling some of the gear.
Yep.
Okay.
Because I don't know what to buy. Sam is a slave. He doesn't understand the concept. Like,
What is Vlauveng doing this turn?
Does he need to train?
No.
Crap.
Vlauveng.
He needs to replace his shitty shield, his
Shield.
broken shield.
So he's gonna buy a shield.
What can he use? Because I'm certain we have a whole bunch of shields still.
He needs a heavy steel shield.
Conclave. No, Circus. There we go.
How much money are you giving Vlauveng to buy a shield? Unless you've got a shield kicking around.
How much is a shield worth?
You guys guessed my reason for recruiting Gracchus. Other people were like, yeah, that guy. That's a killer. Everyone needs a killer.
There's an old battered shield. +2 heavy steel shield, +2 CMD versus Sunder, +2 hardness, triple base hit points.
Perfect.
Also, he doesn't need to buy a shield then. Can you copy paste
I
that?
will take that.
Okay.
And where is Vlauveng? He's under Circus or is he under Doom?
He's under Doom. Well, given that Sam and Ugg are busy, Vlauveng could act as Arlen's guard. Or you could entrust Vlauveng to do a little bit of the selling, and Ugg and Sam could be Arlen's
We could be guard.
Sam could guard, Ugg can sell with Vlauveng.
Sure.
Ugg has a hat of disguise. That's hilarious.
Okay.
Vlauveng has a +2 shield.
And Radamer is training with Phineas. He's just going to spend time with Phineas.
Yep. Well, when the divine starts to fail, you just focus on the arcane for a bit. Let the mind clear.
Okay, so basically this is Arlen's show. So after Beric Tarn had his second to last fight, Arlen teleports to. Or are you going to talk to your followers first?
I'll go talk to the followers. Want to check out my book.
Got it. So Arlen brings Sam before teleporting out. Arlen and Sam is pushing him around Terraslene, and a bunch of Arlen's followers are here. And let's have a look at who these followers are. Leadership. Arlen's Congregation of the Source. Arlen's Lightbringers. The caravan faithful, number 20. They are expert ones, commoner ones. The congregation caravan guards are 20 warrior 2s. There are some caravan acolytes that are eager to speak to Arlen about the ways of the source behind the light. They are cleric 2s. On the caravan head priest, it is turned into almost like a religious caravan full of pilgrims, as opposed to the actual circus that is supposed to be supporting Gladiator.
There's a lot of light out here at night, guys.
Aleph the converted from the worship of an elven god, just like Arlen did, to the worship of the source behind the light. Arlen, praise be! He's here! Ah! They're all like, Arlen's like, what the fuck? And they're waving they're waving banners, and they've got all sorts of yellow streamers, and like people are clapping when Arlen arrives.
I'm pretty certain that kid over there has drawn a picture of you, that or a spider that's really shiny. So
you even notice that there are some aspiring gladiators that are kind of like pick me kind of thing. There are 14 warrior 2s that are all like bronze skin and really heavily suntanned, and they're also amongst them and clapping. They're quite clearly like the wrestlers of the Ludus. They've been training. You have a pool of gladiators. Like in a pinch, you could pull up a warrior 2 and stick them on your roster if you had to. But all these people have been, in your absence, their hearts have grown much more fond of Arlen and his god, and it feels like the entire caravan has converted?
Alrighty then.
No,
so
not the
all
entire...
the sane ones apparently abandoned us.
Not the entire caravan. There are a bunch of, like, crusty-looking, kind of angry guys wearing bones and hanging around Radamer's death cart.
There's a bunch of emo kids in the back.
Yes, as Radamer's gravemen are also in the Circus of Dread, and they've traveled here too, only to be instructed to leave. Because, the undead can't stay here, and you've got a bunch of necromancers, so there seems to be, like, part of the caravan is packing up and others are staying.
Does Arlen know if the shield would extend to this far?
You're in Terraslene, like you are kind of like just outside, like physically of the building, still on the same map.
Okay.
Yeah, you're sure the mythal goes far out. You don't know how far it goes, but Radamer's gravemen are actually leaving.
Okay.
You notice that Latara is amongst them.
Sam, could you let Latara know that Radamer is here? And then, I think I'll be safe here. Inform Radamer that apparently he's got a lot of friends. Do they know that Radamer has... Radamer's been here already, never mind.
Arlen, sing us a blessing! And you can see a couple people with got scrolls out.
Yeah, Arlen, sing us a blessing. Sam's gonna like pick up his chair and shake it a little bit.
Whoa! Listen, we have much to discuss, Arlen, but the first thing that I wish to speak to you about is of great importance. And this is Aleph. Yeah, he's the leader of the congregation.
Okay.
Not in front of the laymen, however.
course.
Assuming you're not talking to me about the layman.
Arlen.
Have you given yourself over to the source behind the light?
Have you heard about Cord? he
It's
likes
alright.
to punch you. Sometimes in the dick, sometimes in the face.
Okay, that doesn't seem to go over very well.
He's
Aleph,
a very trusted companion of mine. He chooses his own god.
as
is fine.
do we all. As do we all, and they all begin clapping and cheering that they're in Arlen's presence.
Aleph. Sam, he wants privacy from Sam. Is that what he wants?
He wants to speak not in front of the lay folk, and definitely not in front of people who don't follow the church or
Sam,
follow
give me a
the
moment.
the God. Well, yeah, they don't have an established church. They're
Crazy people. All right. It's okay. When it's all historical and stuff, yeah. But when you're the first one, when you're the guy who's like, no. Here's how it is. Those people who join him, that's the one that's confusing. These guys have spells.
You guys seen the Life of Brian?
Yeah, exactly.
He dropped a shoe.
Yeah, so yeah, there is some confusion, and you get the sense that the priest that is following you, that has brought all of your followers to you, wants to have a mano a mano.
Let's have that.
Okay, so you pull him off to the side, and he's, Arlen, I have heeded your words about the source behind the light, and I've begun to see things, but I require the blessing of the high priest of the source behind the light to feel the god's presence like I once did with Coralon.
Indeed.
Realize that he gave up Coralon.
Didn't get spells.
He doesn't have his spells.
You've done well.
I believe there is a prayer, and I have prayed many days, and all throughout the night I have kept the lights of hope burning, such that I may be blessed by the high priest, so that my connection with our God can be kindled.
Let me ask you a question, Aleph. Why do you want to follow? Why are you following the source behind the light?
The source behind the light, as they see, we have seen you cast your spells. We have seen you spread light throughout, and darkness comes from the very bowels of the earth itself to quench our souls. And, well, I must admit, the retreat of the old gods has frightened many.
Indeed. There's an explanation for all of this. One of the most important one is our God is here.
Yes, he is, isn't he? Does our God have a name?
Perhaps you can ask him at one point in the future.
Yes.
But for now, you need to know how you should live, why you should live.
We are but empty vessels to be filled with your lessons.
There are 3 simple lessons. And between them, find your own path to fill them and make the connection.
Okay, he's listening. He does not.
The first being, enjoy the things in life. If you have been given the capability and the capacity to have wealth or something of value, enjoy it. It's been given to you and you've earned it. There is no wrong in that. The second is destroy the wretched. Those that do harm to the society and to our people and to all people, to this world, they need destruction. But how these are linked? We also live in a society ruled by the Empire. Do so in a way that is legal and acceptable by these given rules.
I understand. Our movement is young, and we do not wish to gain the ire of the Imperium that could stamp it out.
We need to abide by rules or know how to navigate them properly. We need those that are very knowledgeable and capable in understanding and navigating laws in order to survive for now.
In order for our religion to spread.
The third thing is convert people to the light, again with the limitations that is upon us. If you were to be too eager or too forceful in this, you will lose everything. There are limitations. You are allowed to do this without text, through your actions, through your deeds, through words to one another, not through more. These are the words that were spoken to me by the source behind the light. If you guys are wondering, this is exactly what the source of the light came to me.
And I shall abide by these words, and I shall spread them amongst the faithful, and our faithful shall be fruitful and multiply.
Let there be light.
Humans are allowed to worship, yes?
Oh. Light shines on all creatures.
Then all creatures, our word too shall spread, until there is nary but an inch of darkness upon the world.
There is something I need to speak with you about. You understand, there is a reason why I asked you all to come here.
Yes.
I did not know that this, Arlen's very happy that the light has spread to your hearts in the caravan. I am very happy to see this.
You are a gladiator who has become a Lannister. You are a slave who was captured in the wretched walls of Stygia, and yet you sit proudly. You had your legs taken from you from a dragon, and yet you brave evils in the darkness itself. How could we not be inspired by you, Arlen?
Simply follow my intuition. My intuition is to find the light and remove that which is dark. Whether I have to crawl to it, walk to it, doesn't matter. It needs to be done. I work with what has been given to me. So must we all.
The elven nations have grown stagnant and weak under the imperial power. Perhaps this is what will finally unite our people and others. And once again, the elves will rejoice and dance in the light's grace. And you will be the one that has delivered us from these dark times.
Coming back to the reason why I asked you to come here. Terraslene will be a beacon of light. An artifact from an old Peloran artifact is being raised in the city.
And how should we treat artifacts of Palo?
Our god is friendly with the old god of Palo.
Ah.
This light will protect this city, will protect these people from what is coming from the north. There will be people fleeing from the north. Welcome them. Do what you can to raise food here to protect those that are weak. May the light here bring them guidance and protect them. The light from the artifact and also the source behind the light, may it protect them and you and guide all of you through this darkness that will come.
Yes, I see now. Pelor was a light bringer, whereas our god is the source behind it.
That provided it, correct.
Perhaps one day you will also be... that you will shine as great as Pelor has.
Arlen smiles a little bit. It's not... I only aspire to do away with the darkness and make sure that it does not ravage the living or what light has brought.
Then know to us and the faithful that have gathered here today that you are our Pelor. You are our light bringer.
I am humbled, but know that the light that shines within your hearts, each and every one of you, is as bright as the one that shines within me. And it is your deeds that will bring it out.
Will the source behind the light give me his blessing?
With a true heart, yes.
Okay.
Would you care?
He drops to his knees and he awaits the blessing.
Arlen's gonna grab him and we're gonna teleport.
I don't know if you're close enough to the place.
Think we are?
I think the map is real big, sir.
Okay. Then never mind, I don't teleport.
This might be one of those. It's too big, Marty. I can't take it all. It's so big.
Let's see. Arlen is here, and the Lake of Boiling Rainbows is way the schmack over here. That's 100 and... Let me just do some quick maths.
There's a fun little...
130 divided by 5 times 60 is 1,560 miles away. You need to be a 16th level caster to get there.
2 spells will get us there.
It's also the direction you're going with everyone else. You could just bring this dude with you if you wanted.
I kind of need him to run things here.
Okay. You could cast a spell called Atonement if you have access to that spell to give him to forgive him for his past sins and connect him to your deity. Like, you know how to do this.
The way you finish the conversion.
Yep.
Yep. Why don't you rest now, and with the dawn, I shall visit you, and both of us shall seek the light.
Okay. You need a set of prayer beads worth 500 gold pieces.
Yeah. Is my, let's see, 1 hour... gonna have to buy that. Gonna have to buy
Sure,
that
just
today.
subtract that. You can find prayer beads.
Okay.
Okay,
And then
so you talk to your followers. They are super happy that you're here, and they're really excited that that you can consecrate. He does tell you that there are several others that would make good priests amongst your followers, and you might want to prepare a total of 6 atonements.
well, Arlen can't do that right now. Can only do 3. 3 right now.
So the 3 commandments and the 1 addendum of the god is revel in your wealth, burn your enemies, don't get caught by the Imperials and convert everyone. This is a horrific religion. Oh my god. It's a hedonistic savagery with the rule of don't get caught.
Enjoy the things in life.
He's a very aggressive religion.
Hey man, that's a big dragon wants.
Him is my big old dragon daddy.
Don't blame me. I'm just the messenger.
That's what he says.
That's what he told me to do. He grants me spells. I'm not gonna deny. I'm not gonna say no.
I'm fine with that.
Yep. It's just the very first thing was, it's okay that I bought a carpet. That's what I heard. God told me to.
There's just gonna be these gaudy fucking glittering temples everywhere and
Shiny.
crusades against the worshippers of shadow and the wretched.
Well, it's because it's not like aligned by, like, there'll be crusades against goth kids. There'll be crusades against, like, the enemy's not a clearly defined thing. So it's like crusade against whatever is against the light that is also not going to get you caught by the Imperium.
Hey man, it's awesome.
Roll with it, baby.
Well, but this is the seed, and this is the seed, and this is like the core tenets, and you know, in the campaign 3 generations from now or whatever, like, these are the rules of this religion that.
Oh, these guys are crusading psychos.
Well, they start as true neutral. They sound either like either still true neutral or maybe a lawful neutral.
These are lawful neutral tenants.
They're lawful neutral, but I would suggest that these tenets, without any sort of tempering, are more lawful evil. The kill everything, kill your enemies, and revel in success is not.
Is everything that current society does.
Yeah, well, okay. Okay, that's a thing now. All right, so the cult is slowly growing, and that was the RP with the followers. Sam comes back, and they're all singing.
So
one of the priests comes up to you and says, "So you travel with the Lightbringer?"
Yeah, push him around in his cart. Yeah, push him around.
It must be an honor to be in his presence so often.
It's all right. I knew him when he had legs.
Was it truly scorched off by horrid shadow worshipping dragons?
I don't know about the shadow worshipping part. I think it was a Hydra.
Hydra.
Or was it a wyvern? It was a dragon. You know what? Go with it. Shadow worshipping dragons scorched them off like crazy.
Oh. Why have you not converted to his deity?
I like sleeping in, and I like punching things.
Well, many of the fellow gladiators in training have heeded the word of the source behind the light.
Yeah,
light.
But they gotta wake up and watch the sunrise.
Life is light, as our immortal souls are luminous.
It is luminous. Yep. But see, so I don't want to be like, okay, when I die, I want to go to Cord's realm where I can fight all day and revel all night, and then I do it again, and that's in Cord's realm, because that's another plane. Now, the source behind the light, I mean, I don't know too much about it, but I know it's like a lake over there, and when I die, I can't go to the lake over there, because it's just over there. That's something I do when I'm alive.
No. You are misinformed. You will join all of the others and dance eternally in the source. You will become light.
but I don't want to dance. I want to punch and then eat and then drink and then have sex and then punch again.
And these are the concerns of your flesh.
Yeah, my flesh is awesome.
Yes, it is a gift from the gods, but it is your luminous being within. What does it want?
I don't know. I don't think I'm that luminous inside.
Sure you are. Sam, you can see a bunch of people talking. Arlen, when you're done with your piece, you can see a bunch of people trying to convert
Hassling.
Sam. Yeah, hassling Sam.
I don't. It's in a lake over there. That way.
They don't know quite what you're talking about.
One thing Sam knows is knowledge planes. If it's here, it's not in the plains, and that's where you're supposed to go.
All right. Arlen will return to us in the dawn, and we will receive the blessings of our Lord. And everyone's cheering and clapping, and a bunch of garlands of flowers, like yellow flowers, are put around Sam and Arlen.
Arlen?
Sam?
Arlen. What happens when you die? What does the dragon in the lake do?
Well, there's a
Because they're saying he eats you, and I don't want you to be eaten by a dragon.
Oh, shit. We'll have to
That's what they said. They said you just go into the light. The light's a dragon in the lake, so I don't want to feed you to a dragon.
Like every god, they have their own, well, heaven. Think of it that way.
Okay, well, but isn't heaven where the god's supposed to be? And if the god's in the lake, then where's the heaven?
It is there, Sam. I have seen it.
In the lake?
It is not in the lake, Sam. Amusing as that sounds.
Well, but the
It is
god's
not-
here,
Yes.
and heaven's where the god is.
And the plane can exist where he wishes. And it is not in the lake.
Well, then why is your god in the lake and not in the plains?
It's somewhat above the lake. Perhaps you'll see it at some point.
All right.
If you're interested, I can talk to you more about it. Would you like a pressing of what's his name?
Aspect of.
aspect.
So, okay, but I just want to make certain that, these
Sounds like-
people, they seem like they're doing a thing, and I just want to,
make sure that they're doing the right thing.
well, yeah, like that they're not making a boo-boo, because, if you worship, a demon, you go into the abyss. And if you worship a devil, you go to hell, and you're like a lemur or something. And if you worship not a god, then you just have to wait in the fuge forever.
Not a god. Oh, so you think I worship not a god?
Well, no, I'm not saying you. I'm just. It's over there in a lake.
Yes. And guess what? He's still here. The others are not.
Well, but they weren't here to start with. They're out there.
And he's responding. The others are not.
Yeah, but you're the first one. What happened? You don't even know what happens when you die. You haven't died yet.
I've seen
We
where
should kill you to bring you back, so you at least can tell people what happens.
I've seen where I would go.
Well, where do you go?
In his plane.
Where did you see it?
I saw it.
Is this like you saw it in a dream, or is this like you saw it?
No,
Did you go there
no,
and touch something?
He allowed me a brief glimpse when I was in his presence.
Okay. I'm going to switch briefly to a conversation as Radamer wants to talk to Renee and Zyra.
All right.
I thought I would find the two of you here.
Get some food.
I learned that this would not be a good place to be soon if you are undead. Specifically inside the mythal, I am unsure as well as to the effects of this strange Pelorica device on shadow magic as well.
What is its boundary?
I am not a scholar of Terraslene. You know the boundary is probably a mile around the town.
How far outside the town is the caravan?
I was actually looking for a place for some of my followers, including Latara, to dwell. As I understand, there is a ruins of a village with still some structures standing to the west of here called Belheim.
I know it very well. I spent some time there studying.
There are about 30 or so souls that are looking for their place in the world.
I can escort them there. It seems like an appropriate place.
If you write a letter, I understand there may be some denizens there, and that your family owns a large manor.
We do.
Would you be against having villagers in the town once again?
We would be happy to.
Radamer nods.
Interesting statement about the shadow magic.
I thought you should be apprised. Pelor was a god of light.
Yes.
And this face of his was around during the last Shadow War and predates it.
We definitely could have a problem here. We should also warn Widget, I think his name is. The little one.
The one that will be traveling with you, yes. A very curious gnome, as they often are.
It's good luck in your travel. I hope you find what you're looking for.
I look forward to congregating here with multiple artifacts to study.
It will be,
I also do believe that this Phineas Garrett is a genius.
You do not become a grand mage of anything at what? 25, 30, something like that?
He is well versed. With him on our side, we will discover the secrets of these artifacts and more.
You should give him a buddy. Somebody tasked with keeping him alive. I don't think he is prepared for this sort of thing.
Yeah, Radamer with his +4 enhancement bonus has a 22 int. He also has an 18 wisdom and a 21 charisma. Like, he's well-rounded smart. Whereas Phineas,
with his cognitogen,
can bounce his int to 30.
So that is what, an 80 IQ difference, and IQ is like an exponential scale.
Yeah, it's like Phineas has a 300 IQ.
It's almost different species.
Yeah, egghead. The way he acts is different species.
Yeah.
Now, it's after he's taken his drugs and wearing his magic item, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Radamer's adjusted int is Phineas's starting int.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Radamer quietly acknowledges that he's a genius. Now, Radamer can run circles around him, wisdom and charisma-wise, but...
And Radamer is also a genius compared to pretty much 99% of people. That boy needs someone to keep him alive.
I will be near him, but yes, there are one set of muscles usually looks after Arlen. I will make sure that the other looks after Phineas.
Use a specialized tool in the war to come.
One that should not be lost. I don't know how we would replace him.
Additionally, he's very focused.
Well, they're also talking about a 12th level wizard. It's like, oh, and we picked up this 12th level wizard alchemist who joined our party and is now the highest level person in the party. It's like, sure. Well, Radamer is 12th, but he doesn't have 12th.
It is better that that tool is lost than that tool is taken.
Understood.
Imagine Phineas with Phineas's memory being turned into a shadow.
Not good.
Let us pray to the gods that the shadow swarm has not gone that far east. You may also want to try to find out what our enemy has in capacity to control such things. Where this specialized shadowy magic comes from, and I'm particularly concerned about shadows that retain their abilities beyond death. This is not normal.
We will inquire.
Good. This is a thing that Phineas thinks is different from last time. He made a comment saying that this is a new thing.
New tactic or weapon of enemy?
Something has changed. Something has made them come out to play. Soul Vault. It's like a pole vault. Soul Vault. There's some cost to that. Minimum caster levels. Interesting. That's an awesome spell. Goddamn.
This
Fox.
item is associated with a particular deity that cannot be named here. Copyright.
This is a wonderful spell. It's also non-standard, so...
Marty,
Yeah.
can we learn a non-standard? Like, do we have to replace one? Can we learn it? We just have to replace one, right?
No, you can research non-standard spells. Remember, you need libraries that can... of the sufficient...
Terraslene, for example?
Terraslene, it might be an awesome place to do research.
And did you...
So we... Okay, okay.
Grizak and Arlen are gonna have to spend some time to learn this shit, because...
Grizak and Arlen also have different sources, so Grizak would have to find a place of druidic power, and Arlen would have to find a...
Alternately, they both learn it as Sorcerer Wizard.
Yeah, or when they go up level, they just go yoink.
Retrain one of their other spells into it.
Or retrain one of their other spells, or pick it as a new spell when you level. Also, you get non-standard spells when you level.
Yeah.
You don't always have to take the highest level. You can go back and take a lower level one. Yeah. So there are ways to eventually get the spell. It's pretty cool. Oh, the Imperium would fucking lose its shit, though, if people started doing this. Certain elements of the Imperium. Anyways, getting way too far ahead of ourselves. Okay, we're going back to Sam and Arlen. Where are you guys going? So basically, Radamer has a chit chat with Renee and Zyra, and his followers are like, this is them leaving the caravan and heading to Belheim.
Let's teleport. Let's teleport to Vaddapol.
Okay, I'm just gonna make an update here. They are no longer in the Circus of Dread because the Circus of Dread has become just chock full of all these religious wackaloons that don't like dark things, and we're a bunch of necromancers. Yeah, that was gonna...
They're gonna kill each other. You basically told them to purge the people over there.
Yeah, so, well...
Burn your enemies and anything that's dark. We're emo goth kings.
We like hanging out in graveyards. Okay, so Arlen is teleporting with Sam back to Vaddapol. Let me save this map, and then we will open up the Vaddapol map. Okay, where are you heading to once in Vaddapol? Beric Tarn is guarding an empty house.
Yeah, we can just bring Beric Tarn back with us. He doesn't have to be here anymore, and we can actually.
He does have a final fight, so.
Yeah, we can teleport, but we're gonna have to come back anyway, so we'll just teleport with him.
Okay, so you go and visit Beric Tarn. Beric Tarn is at the Sunrise House.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of alone. You find him praying. He was startled a little bit when you guys entered. He stands up, goes over to you.
Hey, Bert.
Sam.
How are you doing? Your ear seems to be getting better.
Yes, it popped and some liquid came out and it was better.
So, how long have you been in this house all by yourself?
I find the quiet soothing.
Sam looks to Arlen. It's probably not safe to have him in a house all by himself.
We can, you can come back with us after we're, well, you can come with us to Terraslene, and then we'll teleport back here for your fight.
Fine. I should not miss this battle, though.
No, I guarantee you we'll be here.
I am looking forward to facing this Knoll and getting to know his disposition.
Alright.
Is that the one that killed the guy?
Yes. When I am in battle with him, I shall ascertain if he is a villain or a fool.
In the fight a long time ago, he didn't kill people.
People change.
Indeed.
He says as he unfurls his wings. Sometimes for the worse.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean, you got the wings, and he's missing legs, and I got the hand, and I mean, I'm completely different in terms of what, you know, so, yeah.
Are we saying that we trust the conclave of the Crimson Scale now?
No.
With the fast-growing dragon, and their snake man, and the mad Magnus?
Do not trust them.
Good.
In any way.
I would have checked your head for bruises, if you said you did.
Oh, I've been taking good care of him. Like a noogie type thing.
The three dwarves are still here, aren't they?
Yes. They finally have stopped babbling about Zorbinius, whatever it is called.
Good. We can take them back. Our caravan has reached Terraslene, and they can come join us there. We're going to go meet with the commissioner. He fears to join us. He wants to discuss. Well, we haven't had many fights for the other gladiators in Ludus. You're the only one. The commissioner wants to have a discussion about that. I assume it's not going to be very pleasant.
The commissioner is much more strict than the last one.
Yes, I gathered that.
He is friends, however, with the Union, as he briefly came out of retirement, as you recall, for the season end games, and fought alongside Ajax and the others.
So, they were talking about you trying to kill Ajax.
Yes, apparently. We'll have to visit Ajax as well.
We didn't try to kill Ajax, did we?
No, one of the treasures of the one of the treasures that we picked up was a barbarian weapon, and as far as we could tell from our identifications, it did not have any problems with it. It turned out that it was a cursed weapon.
Most unfortunate.
Indeed. I was distraught to hear this, and I still need to address it with Ajax.
So there are two Luduses that want my head.
It appears so.
And the commissioner's really friendly with one of them.
Once you're done your fight, this tournament will...
You're here by yourself, so they're not trying to, like, sneak into your bed and kill you or nothing.
I do not think so, no.
So they're not...
It's funny that you had...
destroying them wherever they could find them and burning them out of existence.
You weren't here to hear that.
Sorry, you're right. Correct. I stand corrected. My bad.
I think it's awesome. Lead the way.
Let's head out.
Hopefully my presence as a gladiator in his tournament will make things go over smoother. I also want to get a closer look at this strange flower he seems to flaunt at the beginning of every tournament match.
Yes, it seems very interesting.
Indeed. It moves of its own accord.
Sam is going to roll his knowledge planes. But a blood rose. Because I like knowing stuff. 29 knowledge planes. And I did see it, like I was there for fights, so I did see it.
There are blood roses. They have razor sharp thorns on them, but they wouldn't move of their own accord. They might twitch a little bit. They do drink the blood of the fallen in like great battles that happen in hell. They can live just on blood alone if you fed them. This particular one, you don't think it's that.
There's a flower in hell called a blood rose that sort of pop. It's like after big battles, they grow in the fields. They drink blood. But it shouldn't move as much as that one. That one's weird, even for like a hell rose.
Interesting. Wonder where it came from.
Yes, indeed.
Blood roses are normally from hell, because it's a blood rose.
Okay.
From hell.
The group of you arrives at the Vaddapol jail, and you can see a bunch of soldiers bringing in what looks like 20 men in chains into the jail.
Kind of men.
Men between the age of 15 and 50. Most of them look like they've been slaves for some time or have done hard labor. Mostly human. Half-alphas amongst them. They look otherwise healthy-ish. And they're just being trotted into the jail. The Sergeant Bill, the jailer, sees that you're standing there. Anything look important to you? Big guy leans on his hip, his leather jerkin struggling against his girth.
Is he talking to us?
Yeah, you guys are just standing there watching. Basically asking you, like, what would mind your business. Yeah. We have an appointment with the commissioner. Oh, well, yep, the stairs over that way. Don't mind them.
What's them in for?
In for all sorts of things. They belong to the Duke now.
Oh, sending them to war?
I guess.
Okay, we're gonna wheel Arlen in.
Yep. You wheel Arlen in. Let's see if there are any other commissioners or people talking to the commissioner at this time. If we roll a 1, yes. 4, yeah.
Since the commissioner started playing fair and square, he's a lot less fun to talk to.
I need a roll for which Ludus has people chatting with the commissioner as you arrive.
Conclave.
Oh, that would be funny. So this is in week.
Actually, I would think it'd be funny for the coalition. It would also be funny for me.
This is in the same week as the bare knuckle bear fight.
Sam can fight. I mean, I don't mind doing that.
And I just need a list of the. Where do I find that? I've got a good list here. The Circus campaign sheet, where all the diplomacy stuff is. Give me a D.
Arlen, did you see that sign? They're doing a bare knuckle bear fight.
D12.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Adam. Would you be interested in such an affair, Sam?
Yeah.
I believe the beast tamers are the ones that would be able to provide such a thing. You can speak to them after.
Who from the conclave would have had business with the This is the same week as the bare knuckle bear fight, so maybe Magnus and Gracchus were checking in.
Magnus and Gracchus. Zed was the one who organized that fight.
Okay, so Zed is actually coming into the commissioner's office. He was doing the final touches on the contract for the fight. I need to find Zed's token. There he is. You're putting the final touches on it, and you were also arranging the fire match. The commissioner seems to be really interested in your dragon. Your dragon is a fascinating creature. You should use him. You should use him more.
He is a precious resource. We are hesitant to risk too much with him. Additionally, it is difficult to keep a beast of chaos on a righteous path. We cannot let it give in to bloodlust too frequently.
I understand. Controlling your ludus is very important. An uncontrolled ludus is an undisciplined one and an unruly one that might lead to revolts and rebellions.
Discipline is very important.
Haven't had to break up a ludus yet. That's always a bit of a show.
Would having somebody go rogue and burning down a local business be something worthy of breaking up a ludus? The sea god's fury months back would have earned its spot being broken up.
Yes.
Although it did not survive its own excesses.
I might even revel with what